December 23. No one does anything he doesn't want to do. I know for most of us, this might sound a little bit harsh and unfair because, I mean, who does what they don't want to do? But it happens all the time. We find ourselves doing things that we do not want to do, that we've said that we will not do again. Now, behind every action, there is always a belief. Something that we believe in that causes us to move in that manner, to do those things. And most of these beliefs are embedded in our subconscious mind. And like I said in one of our readings, the subconscious mind is 10 times more powerful than the conscious mind. And that's why even when we swear not to do certain things, we still find ourselves doing those things. These behaviors don't go away just because you woke up one morning and affirmed something different. No, they don't go away because you looked at yourself in the mirror and said it 10 times and screamed out to yourself in the mirror and said, I will not do this again, or I will not be this way again. It doesn't really work like that. It takes an extra effort and series of steps before you can get to the root cause of that behavior. And that is finding out the belief behind that action. Now, when you find the belief behind that action, you proceed to change the belief. And when the belief changes, the action changes. Let's say you always find yourself keeping quiet in situations where you need to speak up. And because of this behavior, you're almost about to, let's say, lose your job or lose a relationship. And in order to save yourself and save the situation, you just wake up one morning and decide that next time you find yourself in that situation, you're going to speak up and say what's on your mind. Now, there's a high chance that when you find yourself in that same situation, you will not speak up and say what's on your mind. The only way you have to change that behavior is to sit down with yourself and ask, why do I keep quiet when I have to speak up? What do I believe about myself that makes me stay quiet instead of talking? When you sit down with yourself and ask yourself this question, I guarantee you, if you listen closely, you will get the answer, because we talk with ourselves. You would somehow get this memory popping up in your head, remembering maybe when you were bullied in school, or when your parents scolded you when you were younger and that caused you to be withdrawn. There is always a reason, there is always an experience, there is always a belief behind your actions. Now, when you sit with it and you understand why you are the way you are, then you start to work towards changing what you believe about yourself that causes you to keep quiet when you should speak up. Then and only then will you start to speak up unconsciously without even trying so hard. The moment you change the belief behind the action changes. And so this quote is talking about taking responsibility, but in a compassionate way. The moment we understand and realize that we are always choosing, even if we do it unconsciously, I think we regain power, and we know that it is still up to us